Hello everybody and welcome to the April meeting of Friday Flicks. Our title for today, Friday, April 30th, is 1984's classic The Terminator starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Before we get started, this is just a quick and friendly spoiler warning that the following video and comment section will include spoilers for the film. If you haven't yet watched it, copies are available through the library's Hoopla database. Though The Terminator was not the first film for either star Arnold Schwarzenegger or director James Cameron, it did help cement their status as stars in Hollywood and made them household names. To this day, it remains one of Schwarzenegger's best-known and most iconic roles, parodied and paid homage to in countless media since its release. The movie begins in the year 2029 on an apocalyptic battlefield in the ruins of Los Angeles. It's revealed that after a nuclear war, machines rose up against humanity and have been working to exterminate us from the planet. However, the final battle will not be fought in the future, but in the present day. Switching to 1984, bursts of lightning herald the arrival of a muscular man. This man is revealed to be the Terminator, a cyborg from the future sent back to 1984 with one mission: to destroy. Accosted by three punks as he walks through the night, the man quickly dispatches them, proving his inhuman strength and fighting ability. At another location in a downtown alley, the same effect introduces another time traveler to us. As the man attempts to steal a pair of pants from a homeless man living in the alley, the police arrive and give chase. But he's able to take the pistol away from an officer, demanding that he be told what the date is and what the year is. Though police backup arrives and the chase continues, the officers are unable to apprehend the man as they chase him through a department store where he steals several items, including a page from the phone book listing the name Sarah Connor. This man is revealed to be Kyle Reese, a soldier in the Human Resistance Army who has been sent back in the hopes of protecting Sarah Connor and preventing the Terminator from carrying out his mission. We're then introduced to a young waitress arriving for her shift at work. As she punches in, her time card reveals that her name is Sarah Connor. The Terminator is next seen arriving at a local sporting goods store in a stolen car, wearing clothes he had taken from the three punks that accosted him earlier. The owner of the store provides him with several assault weapons, including shotguns, rifles, and a pistol with laser sighting. However, when he asks for a phased plasma rifle, the owner informs him that the only inventory available is what he sees. As the owner attempts to explain the process for purchasing a firearm, our time-traveling friend quickly loads his weapons and kills the owner, after which he also rips the page from the phone book which lists the name Sarah Connor. Arriving at the address of the first listing in the phone book, he knocks on the door and asks the woman who answers if she is Sarah Connor. Answering that she is, he forces his way inside and kills her. When the woman's death is reported on the news, Sarah's friends at the restaurant pull her aside to point out the eerie coincidence. Later that evening, Sarah heads out while her roommate prepares to stay in for a date with her boyfriend. It doesn't take long for the Los Angeles police to discover that women named Sarah Connor are being killed in the order in which they appear in the phone book. Though they desperately try to reach the next woman listed, she does not answer, and they turn to the news media for help, sharing details of the case in the hope that Sarah will call them. Sitting down to dinner at a local pizza shop, Sarah is shocked to hear a story on the news listing out that multiple women named Sarah Connor have been killed, and that the police are looking for those who are listed next in the phone book. Terrified, Sarah attempts to call the police, but unfortunately the payphone at the restaurant is broken. She heads out onto the street but realizes she is being followed. She ducks into a dance club called Tech Noir in an attempt to lose him and access a payphone. The police emergency lines are busy, and she leaves a message at her apartment asking her roommate to come and get her. Unfortunately, the Terminator has already arrived at her apartment and killed everyone inside. Hearing Sarah's message, he realizes that his target was not in the apartment, but now knows exactly where to find her. Meanwhile, at the club, Sarah is finally able to get in contact with the police, and Lieutenant Traxler advises her to stay put in the club where she will be safe until a squad car arrives to escort her to the police precinct. Unfortunately, the Terminator arrives first, and after searching the crowd, finally spots Sarah. However, Kyle Reese has also arrived, and after a firefight is able to push back the Terminator enough to allow them a window to escape. telling Sarah, "Come with me if you want to live." As Kyle and Sarah attempt to escape from the Terminator, he explains the situation to her. That years in the future, humanity will turn over its defensive systems entirely to computers. Growing in intelligence, these systems will come to believe that it is humanity itself that is the threat, and initiate a nuclear war to wipe us off the planet. The human race is hunted down nearly to extinction by the machines, with only a few humans kept alive for slave labor in death camps, where they're forced to dispose of the remains of their fellow humans. However, Sarah's future son, John Connor, organizes the remaining humans into a resistance army, teaching them how to survive and fight back against the machines. In order to ensure their victory, the machines send the Terminator back in time to kill Sarah before she can ever give birth to John. Sarah and Reese's fight against the Terminator culminates in a large traffic accident which allows the police to catch up with them and arrest both Sarah and Reese. However, the Terminator's body is nowhere to be found. At the police station, Reese attempts to tell the truth, but his story of being from a dark apocalyptic future is seen as nothing more than an elaborate delusion, and the police psychologist interviewing him declares him insane. Sarah herself is treated as a victim and begins to doubt Reese's story, hoping that there is a logical explanation for the events of that night, and that her terrifying ordeal is truly over. However, we see the Terminator in a small hotel room treating its injuries, including removing a damaged human eye to reveal the cybernetics beneath. The Terminator arrives at the police station and requests to see Sarah, identifying himself as a friend of hers. However, he is turned away as she is still giving her statement to officers. Delivering his iconic line, "I'll be back," the Terminator turns around and walks out through the door. Only a moment later, he crashes the car through the front of the police station and begins carving a path of destruction, killing every officer he comes across in an attempt to find Sarah. Fortunately, Reese is able to overpower the officer guarding him and escape from the holding cell where he is being kept. Tracking down Sarah, they both escape from the police precinct before the Terminator finds them. The two are able to make it to a small motel where they hide out. Sarah remains behind in the room while Reese heads out for supplies. While alone, Sarah calls her mother to let her know what is happening and that she is still alive. Sarah's mother insists that she reveal exactly where she is, as she's terrified of the situation, worried for her daughter's safety. Relenting, Sarah gives the phone number and room number of the motel where she is staying. In fact, however, Sarah had been speaking with the Terminator the entire time, not her mother. While he had been in Sarah's apartment, he had stolen her address book, finding the location where her mother lived, and had headed there after losing Sarah and Reese, in hopes that Sarah would contact her mother or come to see her in person, believing it was a safe haven. Back at the motel, Reese teaches Sarah how to construct homemade bombs filled with plastique explosives. As the two talk, they begin to grow closer, and Reese admits that he has always been in love with Sarah. Moved by his confession, she kisses him, and the two end up making love in the motel room. Their time together is short-lived, though, as the Terminator arrives at the motel intent on finishing his mission. While battling him, they believe the Terminator has finally been destroyed after he's caught in the fireball of a tanker truck explosion. However, the Terminator walks through the flames, revealing that while his human skin has been burned off, his cybernetic skeleton is still intact and still deadly dangerous. Retreating into a factory, Reese places his last bomb inside the endoskeleton of the Terminator. While this does succeed in blowing him in half, Reese is also killed in the explosion. Despite the extensive damage, the Terminator refuses to stop, with the top half of it crawling after Sarah. Sarah is able to lure it into a large hydraulic press where she traps it, and activating the press crushes it to death. At the end of the film, Sarah is revealed to be pregnant with her son John, traveling south through the desert, presumably in Mexico. As she travels, she records cassette tapes for her son, detailing her experiences, thoughts, and feelings. She debates telling John the identity of his father, wondering if it will affect his decision to send Reese back in time to save her, but decides she must tell John the truth in order to honor Reese's memory. Sarah is last seen driving off into an unknown future. Though the premise of technology taking over the planet and eradicating humanity is certainly not a new one, it is one that is still relevant to today. While technology has greatly improved human life, it also brings with it risks and vulnerabilities. In the film, the nuclear war that decimated the Earth was started not by humanity itself, but by the defensive system machines that decided that humans were the real threat regardless of their ideological sides. Technology is a vital life-saving tool, but like any other tool, it can be misused and become dangerous. Blind trust in anything is dangerous, and vigilance is needed to determine how much control is being turned over and what the potential consequences of those actions could be. Though I can see why this film would not be for everyone, I very much enjoyed it myself. Though not every special effect in the film still holds up, given the technology available at the time and the low budget the film had, it's very impressive what they were able to accomplish. There are so many wonderful details about this movie, including points that I didn't touch on in this video, but I don't want to give everything away. I would definitely recommend checking out the video for yourself and discovering all the intricate details that set up the world of the Terminator, Kyle Reese, and Sarah Connor. These are just my thoughts though, and I really want to know what you guys think. Did you enjoy the film or find it to be too violent? Do you find the idea of technology overtaking humanity to still be a relevant plot point or too cliché? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the film in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what everyone thought. Don't forget to stay tuned to the library's website and social media for more upcoming information about our great programming. We've got some amazing things planned heading into summer, and I can't wait to see all of you at the next Friday Flicks meeting. Bye!